Do you need to go outside, Bear? Do you need to go outside? Oh, jeez. So I'm just about to go out for coffee with my dad like I do every Tuesday. And it's a beautiful day in Melbourne. Let's have a look. Oh, look at it. Look, Bear. Can't wait to go out there and get all wet. What do you reckon? Nice day today? It's a video.
I'm on video.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, my name's Jess. I'm a tattoo artist from Melbourne, Australia, and this is my first video. At the moment I'm working at Base 9 Tattoos in Moonee Ponds. Somebody suggested I start making videos because I was complaining about getting the same questions all the time. Bear, get away from that. That's just my dog. She's sniffing like she always does. Go away. This is Bear. She's my fluffy baby. Aren't you? She hates kisses on the head. She gets very angry. She tried to bite me last time. You don't like kisses, do you, baby? No. Okay, she's looking at me weird. Anyway, this is my first video blog, my first vlog. I don't know what I'm doing. I set up this little pretty station and everything just to make it more exciting so you don't have to just stare at my face for however long this video goes for. How long does an average video go for? I don't even know. Probably should have done some research, hey? It's getting hot here. That father boss. Okay. So anyway, out of all the questions I get asked, there's a couple that are the most common. I get asked all the time, every day of my life, which I guess comes with the job. Every tattoo artist would tell you they get the same questions every day and they're a bit like, stop asking me. And sometimes we come across a bit arrogant when we respond, but it's because you don't understand. We get these questions all the time and we're just like, can someone just make a video? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a video. There, stop sniffing. So first off, what I'm gonna start off with today is, how did I become a tattoo artist? I get this question all the time. I think some people just ask me because they're like, I don't know what to say. She's sitting there tattooing my foot and I'm just like, ooh, she's touching my feet. And so they just go, I gotta think of a question to ask. And so they ask me, how'd you get into this? And that's where it goes on. But for people who are interested in becoming a tattoo artist and aren't sure how to get there, I'll tell you what I did anyway and what I suggest or recommend that you do if that's what you're looking to do. I'm pretty fresh. I've only been tattooing for about 4 years, but before that I was very into art, and my #1 subject at high school was art, and hated maths. But that's why we have calculators. Whew, this is hard. It's hard talking shit for a really long time. I'm in my late 20s, and when I was in my early 20s, I worked in retail, and let me tell you, it was a shit job for me. It was not something that I fit into very well. Not that I really fit in anywhere until I started tattooing. But it was menswear, so you know, they hire young girls to be all like, hey, how are you today? Your shoulders are so big. Anyway, I'm not like that. And I don't like being like that. And my boss almost pretty much at one point was like, if you don't start being like that, you're gonna have to find another job. And I was like, bye, Felicia. Anyway, so I hated that. I hated working there. And I've done hospitality, I've done waitressing, I've made coffees, I worked at the post office for a little while. I worked with my dad selling pianos for a little while. That was interesting. Didn't fit in there either. You're not allowed to have tattoos and piercings. It's very straight-laced and, you know, the complete opposite of me. So that didn't go down well. So what I did was I woke up one day, and at this point in my life, it wasn't just my job that I hated. I had a terrible boyfriend. I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. I'm not going to say it was physically abusive because it wasn't. I was hanging out with people who were sending me in the wrong direction. They were borderline alcoholics. I think they're full-blown alcoholics now. Getting into drugs, going out. Their idea of a good time was either sitting at their house drinking alcohol and sitting in their freezing cold backyard doing nothing, or going out smashing letterboxes and, you know, stuff that you do when you're a teenager, an idiot. And like, my life was heading in the wrong direction, and I was like, this is bullshit. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I want to be someone. I feel like I'm someone important, more important than this, and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. So I woke up one day, and, you know, without telling you my complete life story, because we'll save that for another time, I was done with that life. I was like, that's it. I've had enough. And I was like, it's time to get into the career I've always wanted to do, get rid of my shit boyfriend, got rid of my shit friends, went out on my own, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I knew to become a tattoo artist, I knew to become a tattoo artist, I needed a portfolio. I had one from high school, but it was pretty shit, because in high school I was just like, I don't care about this. It's gonna catch on fire. Nope. Okay. In high school, I was just a bit lost. I was very lost in high school. I actually had no idea what I was doing or where I was going or how to get there. And my high school was not much help, unfortunately. So anyway, I didn't have my folio from high school. So I needed a new one, and I didn't know where to start. I was like, what's a folio? What do I put in there? Can I just put drawings in there? Do there need to be paintings? I can't paint. What am I doing? So what I did was I went around to a few tattoo shops, showed them my folio that I had at the time. A lot of them laughed at me. They slammed the door in my face. They told me to get out. Some of them just didn't even respond. I showed them my folio and they were like, and I was like, all right then, see you later. I guess that's a no. Some of them were really, really lovely, and they were like, look, this is what you need to do. You need to work on this. I can see you're really good at this, but you need to do more of this, and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, all right, I'm not going to get upset about the fact that all these people are laughing at me. I'm going to take it as criticism, positive criticism, and go out and fix all the things that they told me to fix. So I had a look online, and there were a few illustration and visual art courses, and I found one that I liked, which was Advanced Diploma of Illustration at NMIT. I don't think it's called that anymore. It's called something else, but Melbourne Polytechnic or something now. I don't know. Anyway, so I applied for that. I took my drawings down there. I'll have to show you those drawings in another video, because some of them are really funny now that I actually know how to draw a lot better than that. Since I've improved, they're really embarrassing now, but I guess that's what happens with every artist. You got to start somewhere. So I spent, I think it was 2 years. It was a 2-year course, and still at this point I didn't know what I was doing. I was winging it. I just rocked up to classes and was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Hi everyone. And so I did my best, I guess, at the time, but I didn't really know what my best was back then. I didn't know my capabilities. I didn't know how to find them. And anyway, so what I did was I built up a portfolio, and I worked on getting some finished rendered paintings. So that's what you need in a portfolio. What you need is drawings and sketches in a sketchbook to show like brainstorming and how you started out with an idea, and then after that you need a final project or assignment. So like I would have pages and pages of sketches of something I wanted to paint, and then I'd get like an A3 minimum sized canvas and paint the final product. And obviously some of those things take hours. They take a minimum of like 18 to 20 hours, and you spend ages on them and you get them perfect. And so that's what they want to see when you walk into a tattoo shop. They want to see paintings and drawings and renders. You have to use pencils, pastels, acrylics, anything that you're best at. Do as many paintings of those as you can, and just show that you understand color, blending. If you could do like different styles, like if you can do neo-traditional or traditional, or I'm talking drawings. Tattoo artists do not like it if you've been tattooing in your backyard to start off with. They hate that. If you walk into a tattoo shop and say, oh, I'm ready for my apprenticeship because I've been tattooing in my backyard, they will laugh at you. They will be like, get out of my shop. Like, they do not want that. They want somebody who can draw really well, and then they want you to come in as a blank canvas, and they want to teach you everything that you need to know in the shop. You want an apprenticeship inside the shop. I can't stress that enough, because so many people come in and think that, oh, you know, I'm going to be impressed because you've been tattooing your mate in your backyard. No, I don't want any people who have spread hepatitis around Melbourne. Like, you don't want that. So anyway, I built up my portfolio and I took it around to shops, and I went in and out of a couple. And tattoo shops don't want apprentices, just to be honest. Most of them don't. If they need an apprentice really bad, it's because they want you to clean up their shit for them. It's not because they really want to teach someone, because it's really hard to get into in the industry, because nobody can be fucked teaching someone who doesn't know what they're doing, and that's just the truth. So the only way that you're going to get people to teach you is to really prove that you want it. So you have to work your ass off to prove that you want to be there. So when somebody was finally like, yeah, all right, I need someone to sweep the floor and answer the phone, I was like, yes, give that to me. I want to be a part of that. So I just dove right in there. I started my job there, and pretty much for about 12 months, I was not allowed to touch a tattoo machine. Obviously I could touch one and try to learn how to take it apart and put it back together, but I wasn't allowed to tattoo anybody or myself or anyone with it. Pretty much, or I was fired. If he found out that I did that, he'd be like, why'd you do that? Told you not to. But anyway, so what I did was I answered the phones, I swept the floor, I set up stations, I got treated like the girl, as you do in the tattoo industry. It's really hard as a girl, because there aren't many girls in the industry. There are getting to be more and more as time goes on. There are heaps of really famous, especially in Melbourne, and well, especially in Australia, there are heaps of really well-known female tattoo artists, but I just mean it's still a male-dominated industry. And as a female, a lot of people, especially like misogynistic males, which you get in every industry, but when they come along and want a tattoo, they're like, I don't want the girl. They don't even care about your work. Sometimes they're just like, if you're a girl, you're not tattooing me. But then again, sometimes they're like, if you're a girl, I want you to tattoo me. And you're like, ew, I don't want to. But anyway, I did that for a while. And then I realized that the shop I'd got into, the people working there just didn't really know what they were doing. That's in the past now, and you know, I was very lucky that he gave me that opportunity, because it did get my foot in the door, and I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't have got that. In saying that, I probably could have found an apprenticeship somewhere else. I just grabbed the first one that sort of gave me an interest and was like, yeah, I'll let you answer the phone. And so I just sort of was like, yes, give it to me. But it is really hard hearing no over and over and over. So, you know, you just have to have balls in the industry. You have to be like, this is what I want and I'm gonna get it, and you know, just play it by ear is the best thing you can do. But I had my foot in the door. I started working there. I did a couple of tattoos on some people, and I realized they weren't the quality that I needed to be at to start tattooing people. And I was tattooing myself, and you know, I've got some tattoos that I did on myself that aren't the best. I'm actually considering lasering some of them off, so I've got some room for some really good artworks. But anyway, like, I did some tattoos and I built up a portfolio, and then I looked online to see what shops I like the look of, and around the top of my list was a shop called Base 9 Tattoos. And I was talking to my friend Stefan that I was working with at the moment, Stefan Salamoni. He's a tattoo artist as well, if you want to look up his work. He does crazy, amazing colour tattoos. I said to him, we did our apprenticeship at the same time, and that's how we met. So I remember saying to him, I really want to go and ask Base 9 Tattoos if they'll give me an apprenticeship or like, you know, a job. And he was like, as if they would ever give you a job. And I was like, why? They might, like, it's worth a try. And he was like, okay, do it if you want, go for it. And so I was like, you know what, fuck you, Stefan, I'm going to. So I got my portfolio together, which was obviously a lot more advanced than it was before. Still not the best, but you know, it was a lot more further advanced than it was before. And I took that down to Chris Jensen at Base 9 Tattoos, and I showed him my portfolio, and he was looking at it. Like, I remember him flicking through the pages and he was like, no reaction on his face. He was just like, and I'm like, fuck, he hates it, he hates it, he thinks it's so bad. And I was freaking out, and there was a girl sitting across from me tattooing, and she's like looking at me like tattooing and then looking up at me with her weird eyebrows, and I was like, oh my god, she hates me. I haven't even started here and she hates me. But that was that was Sarah Pater. She's gorgeous, and we actually became really good friends after that. So her evil eyebrows were just like, you know, weighing me up, I think, at the time. But anyway, Chris messaged me that night and he was like, hey, when did you want to start? And I was like, are you serious? Like, you're actually gonna give me a job? And he was like, yeah, we've got a spare station, just come in, whatever. And I was like, holy crap, Stefan, they said I can work there. And then Stefan was like, what in the hell? Like, anyway, it was, I couldn't believe it because it was at the top of my list, and I was just like, they're never gonna give me a job, so I may as well just go in there and see what it's like and meet some cool artists. But they did, they gave me a job. So I feel very lucky for being able to work there with them. I work with some incredible artists at Base 9. I work with Pabs, his Instagram name is Tattoo Pabs if you want to check that out. If you don't know him already, and obviously Chris Jensen. They're the two owners of Base 9. I also work with Laura Marshall, who is an amazing lady tattooer. I work with Adrian Dominic as well. He's really well known tattoo artist, and he's just incredible artist in general. Ian Mansfield, who did an amazing tattoo of Beethoven on my leg. I will show you that at another time. I've got like pants on at the moment. Don't want to just drop my pants on camera. We're not there yet. And then there's Stefan Salamoni, obviously. Once I started working at Base 9, I was like, I have this really cool friend and he's really good at color tattoos, and can he come here with me? Because I need to save him from the depths of where he's working now, because he got stuck in other shops along the way working with people who he was surpassing in his skills, and his technical skills are way too good for somebody who's been tattooing for such a short amount of time. And I just wanted him to come over with me and learn from all the crazy good artists that I was working with as well. And then of course there's Jim Burton. He's like one of my best friends. Not only do I work with him, but I live with him, and he is going to be an awesome artist as well. He's pretty fresh as well, like me. He hasn't been tattooing that long, but I can see, like, if he keeps going the way he's going, he's going to be really good too. So it's just so good working with so many amazing artists and like learning from them and being inspired by them. And they're just so into tattooing. Like, if I ask them, any of them, a question, they're happy to tell me the answer. None of them are like, oh, go learn for yourself. Like, they just really want to help. And like, I can't even describe how important that is to me, because obviously I didn't have it before, and now that I have it now, it's just makes such a difference. My work has improved so much. I didn't know how to line or shade, and I'm only just starting to get the hang of it now, to be honest. But you know, you're always going to be learning every day. And like, I like to, it's hard, like, people always ask me, oh, when is your apprenticeship up? And it's like, it's not ever up. Like, when you do an apprenticeship in a tattoo shop, you just sort of work out of the shop. You don't actually have an official certificate at the end of it, or well, not in Victoria anyway. I think you do. You have to have a license to tattoo in some other states in Australia, but you don't actually even get that in Victoria. So you just sort of eventually go, oh, I'm better now than I was before, and you'll do that every day for the rest of your life. Like, you're always getting better. And even like, some of the artists I work with in the shop are some of the best artists in the whole industry, and even they are like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, they're learning every day, and just, you know, they've got to where they are now because they've worked so hard to get there, and they're going to work even harder now to get further. And this is a sort of community I want to be a part of. People who want to work hard and get better and be the best. Like, that's what I want. So that's how I got into tattooing. It's I'm still working my way through what I'm doing, what my style is. I'm still not 100% sure what my style is. I know things that I want to do, but obviously you don't always get the opportunity to do the things you want to do until somebody comes in the door and tells you that they want it. So I love tattooing animals and flowers and plants and stuff like that. So if you want one of those tattoos, please send me an email and I'll sort it out for you. But pretty much that's how I got into tattooing. Like, I just woke up one day and was like, I hate my job, I hate my life, and what do I want to do for the rest of my life? What's going to make me happy? And I've always loved tattoos, so I decided that that's what I want to do. So here I am, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I know it was just me talking a lot of crap for a really long time, but if you want any tips on how you can get into tattooing, just send me an email. My email is liljtattoo@gmail.com. There's no S on the end of tattoos. People do that all the time. It was because Gmail wouldn't let me put an S. It's so annoying because all of my other social media is Lil J Tattoos, and my email had to be Lil J Tattoo. It's so annoying, but just remember, no S. Just send me an email and I'll be happy to help you with anything. So thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. If you could like, share and subscribe, that would be amazing because it would help me to make more videos. I'm obviously very amateur at what I'm doing so far, but I'm hoping to get better, and I'm hoping I can answer all your questions. So if you have any questions you can think of, post them in the comment section down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, or I'll make a video to answer your question. But either way, I've got a full list of questions that I'm wanting to answer. So I guess I'll see you in another video. Bye. How many times did I just say I don't know what I'm doing in that video? Maybe one day I'll make a video where I'm like, I know exactly what I'm doing every day. But I'm gonna try to stop saying I don't know what I'm doing because, well, I don't, but you know, it's really annoying to keep saying stuff like that over and over. Bear's sleeping. Are you asleep? Are you asleep? She's had enough of my shit. So I'll see you later. I'll see you at another time.